This presentation is an introduction to Friendship Force International. What is Friendship Force? It's a worldwide organisation of around 16,000 ordinary people who formed into hundreds of individual clubs in over 60 countries spread across 6 continents. And together, this is Friendship Force International. As a truly international organisation, it's not religious, it's not political, and it's not for profit. Its aim is to overcome the barriers that separate the nations of the world. In 1992, Friendship Force was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize for its work building understanding between the people of the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Every year we operate around 300 travel events called Journeys. These are focused on creating mutual understanding, cultural education and learning, citizen diplomacy through homestays and personal friendships. These journey programs bring diverse people together into each other's cultures and homes to share one-of-a-kind experiences not available to regular tourists, personal encounters where strangers can become friends. We know that by experiencing different views, we can discover common ground. Friendship Force began in the US in the 1970s. Its founder was Wayne Smith, who lived in the city of Atlanta in Georgia. One day he had an idea to bring together the nations of the world in friendship by means of international travel. The novel element was the idea of homestays, where visitors would stay in the homes of local people, rather than big hotels, which can often isolate travellers from the locals. The first official journey was in 1977 between Atlanta and Newcastle upon Tyne in the UK. This was an unusual event in several ways. A large number of people, almost 800, took part, and 2 groups exchanged at the same time between the 2 cities. In the group from the US was President Jimmy Carter and First Lady Rosalynn Carter, who would become honorary chair of Friendship Force for many years. The event was a great success, and clubs sprang up all around the world. An amazing achievement from one man's simple idea. How does it work? Every year, the clubs around the world send information to the headquarters in Atlanta in order to plan future journeys, normally a couple of years ahead. The information includes their availability, hosting capacity, membership, preferences for time of year, etc., and any ideas for journey types. This information is then used to create matches between the pairs of clubs. The matching process will take into account the club's travel history, hosting capacity and availability, plus practicalities such as regional climate and national holidays. The matching information is published on the international website, and details are sent to the individual clubs for their approval and acceptance. Let's focus on one particular journey proposal, where a Japanese club will travel to Russia. The first step is for both clubs to agree to the match. Then each club will appoint a journey coordinator, so the 2 clubs can liaise with each other and decide the exact journey dates, travel advice, hosting capacity, matching ambassadors to hosts, any special requests for things to see and do, and the cost of the journey program. Note that the journey program fees do not include homestay accommodation. Homestay accommodation is based on clubs giving and receiving, as they undertake their various journeys around the world, either travelling as ambassadors or offering hosting to visiting clubs. Sometimes Two smaller clubs will share a journey and be hosted together by a larger club. Some events, such as global journeys and Discover programs, are designed for an international group of ambassadors. They will often have a specific theme, such as activities, crafts, learning a language, or a particular event or festival. As a member of Friendship Force, you can apply for any journey that is advertising available places. These are published on the website and emailed to subscribers as a monthly journey catalogue. A journey begins when one club travels to stay with another. A homestay will typically last 1 week. There's usually a second homestay in another part of the country, or at a club in a neighbouring country. There may even be a third homestay, or more, or perhaps a combination of shorter events. There are many different styles of journey available, but most have several items in common. A welcome party, at the start of the journey where members of both clubs get together and meet for the first time. Cultural visits. This is where we learn about a country and its people, its history, its industry, all about its traditions and culture. Of course, there's time to see the sights that make a place famous. Time with hosts is important for friendships to develop, pursuing hobbies, visiting workplaces, going shopping, or seeing your host's favourite local places. At the end of the week, everyone gets together for a final party to celebrate and say farewell. It's time for entertainment, maybe put on a show, enjoy great food, and maybe learn a new song. How does this compare with ordinary tourism? As an ambassador, you'll have friends to guide you with their local knowledge. They'll advise you where to go and how to get there, what to see and do, all about local customs and useful phrases, where to find the best souvenirs and how to order unfamiliar food in restaurants, and how much things are supposed to cost. There are many ways to take part. Travelling and hosting are the most important elements, but not everyone has time to travel or a spare room to host. Showing visitors around for the day or inviting them for dinner are also important ways to contribute. Every journey needs someone to communicate with sister clubs in other countries. Or you could be part of the committee that plans an exciting programme of events to entertain both visitors and hosts. Social events keep your club active when it's not involved in international journeys. Or you can just join in the fun of day trips, parties, etc. and get to meet ambassadors from visiting clubs around the world. Friendship Force provides a unique way to discover the world and its people. You can make friends both at home and abroad. When you travel with friends and like-minded people. You don't even need to travel. We can bring the world to you. It's easy to join, and there are lots of ways to participate. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. If you'd like to know more, why not visit our website at friendshipforce.org for details of all the clubs around the world, their journeys, and lots more. Well, it's goodbye from me, but remember, Friendship Force International can bring the world to you.